What is going on YouTube? Alright, so this is going to be a response video and a congratulations to my boy Ray from Philly for hitting 1 year on YouTube. So in this response he wants us to do three things. The first thing is he wants us to share our greatest memory as far as something we've seen in baseball. He also wanted us to show our best card and our best piece of memorabilia. So with the first one, I'm going to change it up a little bit because not for nothing, everybody's telling these really great stories they've seen at World Series games and, you know, playoff games and stuff. And honestly, I mean, I've been to a lot of ball games in my time, but I've never seen anything that epic at a ball game. You know, I've never been, as sad as it is to say, I've never been to a World Series game because I can't afford it. But, you know, I've never seen somebody's 500th home run or 3,000th hit or anything like that. So I'm going to tell a different kind of story. So, I'd say around the time maybe I was like, you know, 12 years old or something. I was living in a little town called Flanders, New York. Now, Flanders is, that's a rough-ass area. I mean, it is bad, you know, to say the least. It still ain't great, but it's not as bad as it was when I was growing up in the 80s. At the end of my road was this old kind of like abandoned little Little League field. And this place was, I mean, you know, what was left of the dugouts was all tagged up. I mean, we'd find like needles and crack pipes and shit, you know, in the dugouts. You know, the grass was so overgrown. But you know what? It was a place to play, you know, and you didn't have to worry about breaking any windows because you weren't playing in the street or anything like that. So in any event, we started one game a little later than usual. And you know when you get to that point where you're playing ball and it gets so dark that you really can't even see the ball coming at you. So we weren't done yet. You know, we weren't up with all the innings, but we were tied. So we kind of all got together and said, all right, the next run wins the game. That's it, because obviously we're not getting 9 innings out of today. So I came up to bat next. I remember a friend of mine, he was actually on first. And so I come up to bat. The first pitch, I send sailing over center field, man, goes right over the fence. And for me, you know, I mean, I was always good, but I wasn't great. I was never like the best. But that was just an awesome moment for me. It's a moment, obviously, I still remember to this day, you know, kind of being the little hero of that Sandlot game. So Ray, I hope you approve of the story, man. I hope that fits into the, you know, the lineup there for you. But all right, with that out of the way, I'm gonna go to my favorite card. All right, I'm sure this is no shock to anyone who's familiar with my videos, but everybody knows that my favorite card is my 1933 Goudey Babe Ruth, the number 149 card, graded 2.5 by Beckett. I mean, who among us as kids collecting cards didn't one day think, man, it would be amazing to own a Babe Ruth? And this is mine. I've had this for at least 6 years, maybe even more. But this is definitely my favorite card. You know, and honestly, Silver Jackify always says, get the card, not the grade. And, you know, he's right, because honestly, this was not cheap. You know, this is an epic card right here. And this is something, you know, like I said, I wanted since childhood. And when I finally got it, I was thrilled to death. So this is the most favorite card I own in my collection. So next, I will show you guys my favorite piece of memorabilia. Okay, and another thing that's probably no big surprise to anyone watching my videos is my favorite piece of memorabilia has to be my Babe Ruth signed baseball. Now, like I said, I've shown this off in a couple other videos. For anybody who's new to my channel, I'll just talk about this ball a little bit for you. So, this ball you can see was originally inscribed to someone up here, but it's kind of tough to make it out. But you can see above it says from, and then on the bottom, Babe Ruth. Now, this came with a letter from JSA saying it was signed sometime between 1931 in 1934, which is awesome because it was signed while he was still playing with the Yankees. He said it was signed with a steel tip fountain pen, and you could see that it's an old reach ball, which is awesome, and I love that red and blue stitching. Love it. You know, this is something that, you know, as a collector, man, you just... There's very few things that you can really think of off the top of your head that rate higher than a Babe Ruth signed baseball. I mean, all of us growing up, man, seeing that movie, The Sandlot, we just, you know, I remember thinking, God, imagine how amazing it'd be to own a Babe Ruth signed ball. And I never really thought I'd be able to own one. I honestly didn't. I'm like, who the hell can afford that unless you got some big bucks? And obviously, this is one of the worst condition Babe Ruth signed balls you can possibly find. But you know what? It's authentic, and it's mine, and I love it. And it is definitely the gem of my collection. Just thinking to myself that Babe Ruth held this ball in his hand and signed it is just truly amazing. So, yep. Ray, congratulations again on your 1 year on YouTube. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, brother. So, that's going to be it for me tonight. So you guys have a good one, and I will talk to you next time.